There is a story often told about great success, a story of a single, brilliant moment, a flash of genius that changes everything. But this is rarely how true empires are built. The real story is often quieter. It is about a series of choices, each one building upon the last. It is about seeing a pattern where others see only chaos. This is the story of Jerry Jones. He is known to the world as the owner of the Dallas Cowboys. He is a figure of immense personality and public presence. But his true genius lies not just in his love for football. It lies in his extraordinary ability to see the business of football in a way no one else had before. He saw an entire ecosystem where others saw only a team. To understand how Jerry Jones built a fortune, we must look past the roaring crowds and the bright lights of the stadium. We must examine the blueprint he carried in his mind long before he ever bought the team. A blueprint for an entertainment juggernaut, a real estate empire, a global brand. The football team was simply the engine, the powerful and emotional core that would drive it all. For Jones, the Dallas Cowboys were not just a sports franchise to be managed. They were a platform to be leveraged. Every story of great accomplishment has a beginning, a time of formation where character and ambition are forged. For Gerald Wayne Jones, that time was spent in North Little Rock, Arkansas. He was the son of an entrepreneur, and the lessons of business were part of his daily life. He possessed an innate drive, a restlessness that pushed him toward competition. This found its first real outlet on the football field. He was not the most physically gifted player, but he was tenacious. He became a co-captain of the 1964 national championship team at the University of Arkansas. This experience was not just about sport. It was about teamwork, strategy, the intoxicating feeling of victory, lessons he would carry with him for life. After college, Jones did not immediately leap into the world of professional sports. His first arena was far grittier. He became an oil and gas wildcatter. This is a term for an explorer who drills for oil in unproven territory. It is a business of immense risk and potential reward. Most wildcatters fail. They spend fortunes drilling dry holes, but the few who succeed can make fortunes overnight. This was the perfect training ground for the future NFL owner. It taught him to trust his own research, to assess risk against potential return, and to have the courage to make a massive bet when he believed the geology was in his favor. He learned to live with uncertainty and to make decisions with incomplete information. The moment arrived in 1989. Upon acquiring the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones did not proceed with caution. He acted with speed and decisiveness. His very first move was a shockwave. He fired Tom Landry. Many saw it as sacrilege. For Jones, it was a necessary, painful first step. A signal. A new era had begun. He immediately hired his college teammate, Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson, bold, brilliant, relentless to win. Jones and Johnson engineered one of the most famous trades in NFL history. They traded Herschel Walker to the Minnesota Vikings. The public outcry was immense. Walker was the team's best player, but Jones and Johnson were not focused on the present. They were playing a longer game. The trade brought a treasure trove of future draft picks. These picks became the building blocks for a dynasty. They used picks to select Emmitt Smith. They used picks to select Darren Woodson. A wildcatter's spirit. Sacrifice a known asset today for a massive future return. While rebuilding on field, Jones revolutionized the business side. At the time, teams shared most revenue: national television, merchandise deals. Jones saw this as a limitation. He believed the Cowboys brand was uniquely powerful. He began to sign his own sponsorship deals. Deal, Pepsi. Deal, Nike. He argued these were local stadium deals. Conflict erupted, but he persisted and won. Brand maximization was his early genius. Not 8 Sundays. A 365-day entertainment property marketed globally. 3 Super Bowls in the 1990s became rocket fuel, reinvested into facilities, a self-reinforcing cycle of success. The financial story of Jerry Jones's ownership is a staggering tale of value creation. In 1989, he purchased the Dallas Cowboys and the lease to Texas Stadium for $140 million. Adjusted for inflation, that is roughly $340 million in today's money. At the time, it was the highest price ever paid for a sports team, a figure many deemed irresponsible, with losses of over $1 million per month. Fast forward to today, January 14, 2026. The Dallas Cowboys are consistently ranked the most valuable sports franchise in the world. Their valuation has soared past the $9 billion mark, more than 60-fold growth, dwarfing nearly any other asset class over the same period. Annual revenues approach and sometimes exceed $1 billion, not just tickets, but diversified streams Jones created and expanded. A huge part of this is AT&T Stadium. Opened in 2009 at a cost of over $1.2 billion, it was Jones's magnum opus, designed to mint revenue. Vast capacity, more than 300 luxury suites, Super Bowls, college championships, major concerts, corporate events, a year-round profit center. Premium seating, concessions, parking, and non-NFL events generate immense income, with significant portions flowing directly to the team. Beyond the stadium, the Star in Frisco, a 91-acre HQ and practice facility, doubles as a massive mixed-use development with hotel, medical center, restaurants, and retail. A diversified portfolio by long-term vision, you know. The story of Jerry Jones is not just one of wealth, but of a specific method. His journey offers clear, practical lessons for anyone in business. First, embrace calculated risk. Jones did not succeed by being safe. He made bold, audacious bets, buying a failing team, trading away its star player, but never as blind gambles. Each risk was underpinned by deep analysis and a strong belief in a long-term vision. Act decisively when others hesitate. Second, pursue vertical integration and revenue diversification. He refused to see the Cowboys as just a team, but as the core of an entertainment business. Merchandising, stadium operations, sponsorships, and surrounding real estate. He built an ecosystem where one unit feeds another. Ask, what else can this asset do? Control more of the value chain. Do not rely on a single stream. Third, build and control your brand. The Cowboys star is global intellectual property. He fought to market it independently and invested in making the team a spectacle, something larger than life. Treat your brand as your most valuable asset. Nurture, protect, and extend it. Strong brands create loyalty and pricing power. Finally, think in infrastructure. He does not just think about the next game or season. He thinks about the next generation. AT&T Stadium and the Star were monumental projects designed to produce decades of revenue. Invest in foundations, systems, facilities, platforms to support growth not just next year, but for the next 30 years. Think like a builder, not just a manager. To see Jerry Jones as merely a football owner is to miss the vast majority of his business acumen. The Dallas Cowboys are the sun, but many planets orbit. His interests remain rooted in oil and gas. Through Comstock Resources, Jones maintains a major presence in natural gas exploration and production. Not passively, but actively shaping strategy. This serves as a hedge. When energy prices are high, this portfolio thrives, counterbalancing softness in entertainment or sports. Real estate is another critical pillar, far beyond stadium and practice facility. He has been a savvy buyer for decades, using strategic land acquisition to build long-term wealth. The Star in Frisco is the exemplar. 91 acres transformed into a thriving mixed-use hub, hotels, offices, retail, and residences, turning a HQ cost center into a profit center. He co-founded Legends Hospitality with the New York Yankees, premium concessions, merchandising, and stadium services for venues worldwide, productizing hard-won operational expertise. Further ventures span e-commerce, technology, marketing, and logistics, many tied directly or indirectly to the Cowboys, enhancing the fan experience and serving team operations. An interconnected network creates a flywheel. Each company supports the others, generating efficiencies and new growth opportunities. a complex, carefully constructed portfolio designed for maximum synergy and long-term resilience, proving that the game on the field is only one part of a much larger contest. As we survey the vast empire that Jerry Jones has constructed, the story circles back to its simple, powerful beginning. It began with a vision. He saw more than a football team, a cultural institution, an entertainment platform, a commercial powerhouse waiting to be unleashed. He did not invent the Dallas Cowboys, but he reinvented what a sports franchise could be, shattering the passive ownership model with a dynamic, entrepreneurial spirit. His journey had controversy and criticism, but the results are undeniable. In 1989, consensus said the Cowboys were a bad investment. Jones saw latent brand equity, a passionate fan base, and the potential for a new business model. He had the courage to trust his judgment over the doubters. That rare conviction defines great entrepreneurs. His legacy is written in steel and glass, a monumental stadium and sprawling corporate campus, and in record valuations that reset what is possible. It is embedded in the modern NFL, more commercially aggressive and enterprising because of the battles he fought and won. He proved an owner could be a showman, a marketer, a real estate developer, and a brand manager, forcing the league to evolve and lifting every franchise. The clearest lesson is audacious, integrated vision. See the whole board, build the machinery, and power it with emotion. That is how a wildcatter from Arkansas turned a football team into a global empire, well, you know.